here. All right. Close that out. I already. Oh, I can't close. Some things are touchscreen, some things are not touchscreen. It's really funny. You'd think I'd know that by now, right? So make sure to come in when you come on in. Say hi. Let me know you're on. When you're coming on, let me know you're on. We're going to get started here. All right. Click live. Will. Alright, we're going to go there, but then we've got to go live. I know, right? Everybody's like asking me, we got a Marine Corps meeting tonight. So, the whole idea is since we got a Marine Corps, that thing's going to try to pop up again, I bet you. Go figure. Leave it to me to do everything wrong here. Give me a second. Alright, so we are live right now, and as you can see, I just dropped the one. Hey, say hi to everybody. Okay. My fault. This thing does not like me today for some reason. All right. We want to go over really quickly on... I'm going to put this over here then, since it wants to be stubborn on these tables. We are live from the Illinois Veterans Home in Quincy, Illinois. Okay. So basically what we're going to go over today is a will and why it's very important for whoever you are, no matter where you're at in the world, no matter what goes on, why it's important for you to have a will. Now, right now, I am streaming on Instagram and YouTube, and for some reason, Facebook doesn't like me today. All right, so who can tell me what a will is and why it's important to have a will? In the last few weeks, everybody notices that every once in a while, I've got Marine Corps brothers and sisters, and I got regular friends and stuff that end up, you know, they have to say goodbye to this planet, all right? And I understand that what they've done on this earth is important and what matters. However, what makes it even better is when you actually have a will. Now, a lot of times I tell people, if you want to do a will, you have a video camera, okay? You can do a live will with your video camera, okay? It's very simple to do, what I'm doing right now, and I leave a video to my daughter all the time. We're going to go more in depth what a power of attorney and what probate is in here in just a second. But when you're doing a will, and the reason why it's important for me to tell you what this stuff is because a will is a document or a video document that distinguishes what last wishes you want to leave for a person, how you want to talk to a person, the last things you want to say to a person. And it's really funny since I do a lot of military and truck drivers. Sometimes they're not so nice when it comes to being nice to their significant others or somebody, maybe they got a divorce or something. And that's not how we need to go out leaving this world, okay? What I usually do is I've got wills left to my daughter, and this thing here on this other one's just driving me crazy because it's not letting me sign on. I know, right? It keeps connecting to the veterans home one, and I don't want it on the I want it on my own personal one. All right. So when I leave a will to my daughter, I pull up my phone, and I pick up my phone, and I basically look right on the phone, and I talk to my daughter, and I was like, Gracie, I just want you to know I love you with my entire heart. You mean the world to me. You know, you're very, very important to me. And I let her know how I feel about her. I let her know of all the good that she did and everything else. The last words I leave to my daughter are positive, okay? Hey, Dave. So when I'm leaving words to my daughter, and when I'm sitting there refining what my will is, it's because I want to talk to my daughter. Well, it's not just my daughter either. It's my sister, if my dad's still alive, if my sister, my nephews, and friends and family and everything. Now, I leave other things on social media for a couple reasons. First off, I can't think of all my friends right up front. I had a graduating class of over 500, okay? But I do know that people were important to me in those. So when I'm leaving the will, I'm actually leaving it for my daughter, and I'm leaving a legacy so that she can tell, or anybody else that gets my wills, or they see my stuff, that they know that they're important and that they matter, okay? So when I'm talking into it, and I'm going over what the will is, and I'm sitting there talking to my Gracie, and I'm basically saying, Gracie, you're important to me. You mean the world to me. Be good for mommy. Make sure that, you know, you do good in school. Make sure you're listening. You know, don't be taken advantage of by anybody. You know, I tell her all these things, okay? And as I'm telling her these things, I'm also letting her know that I love her, I care about her, and I'm doing it right into my phone, okay? Now, a handheld will, one that you open up, okay, which we actually have on our phone through the company I do, it'll first ask you for your first, your last name, it'll ask you all your information. It'll then ask you who you want to leave all of your social media content to, meaning all your passwords, so that they can get in to your social media accounts. They can get into YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and they can go through and they can pull out the pictures, or they can take down stuff, or they can add stuff that you've been gone, and they can do that. But if they don't have that in the will, then nobody can touch anything of your social media. Technically, by law, they can't touch it. Now, I have a lot of people that will sit there and they will argue with me that wills are free. Yes, they're right. They are free. And they will go into great detail about how wills and power of attorney are free, and oh, you don't ever have to. That's actually false. Because if somebody decides to basically, hey, I don't think this will's right, I don't think this person meant to leave this, it then goes to probate. Now, Illinois, Missouri, Indiana, Iowa, the states around me, they're all what we refer as probate states, which means everything is going to go into court. Okay? So if you don't have a lawyer to go into court with your will, the person that is contesting the will win every time, which means your last will and testament is null and void. So you have to understand you need to have something in place to protect when it goes to probate. And if you need to look up probate, go on to Google, look up probate. Yeah, I'm going to give Google a quick plug with what probate is and what it can do for you. Okay? So, what is probate? Probate is when you go into court. Probate is what argues the will. Probate is what is basically making sure your last will and testament are what your choices in life are, nobody else's. And that's what probate is. But people will sit there and argue with you till you're blue in the face that wills are free. The problem is, every one of those people that argue it and they go get that free will from a nursing home or a doctor's office or something like that, they don't understand what probate is, and they don't know that probate you need a lawyer to go into court. Now, you can go defend yourself, but you're dead. Simple as that. You can have your family members go in, but if somebody wants to defend it and they've got a lawyer that's going to basically argue the will, they'll win. Why? Because a lawyer knows what to say and do. We don't speak legalese. None of us do. So when you're writing out your will, make sure whoever your general power of attorney is going to be, make sure that they are the executioner of probate. Okay? See what I'm saying here? So you got to have somebody that can navigate the tidal waters for you during a will. Now, let's go back to when you're leaving your will, what to say, what to do, how to proceed, you know, what's important, what's not important. And that is where we go from it, okay? So probate, or so when you're leaving your will to your kids and everything else, oh, I'm sorry, the magnificent Chris just showed up. The guy that doesn't answer anybody's phone calls says he's screening us and blocking us on his phone. Jesus told me to cup check him. So he may need a will and last power of attorney before we get started. All right. So as you're leaving it for your kids in your phone, make sure you have it on a file somewhere on your hard drive in your computer on your iCloud that says last will and testament. You'll leave that video in your last will and testament. Okay? Hola, ¿qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa? See? Okay. So as you're leaving it, leaving your will, make sure it's on your phone, then take that video and put it into either your external hard drive on your iCloud. If this thing, they clean the tables right, I guess it's going to be sticking like that. Okay? That's what it is. And that's what I wanted to go over with you guys today. Just make sure your will's done, make sure you leave it in your phone, and make sure that people know that they matter and that you care about them. Anyway, I'm Jeffrey Jansen. I hope you all having a great day. We will be back live here in just a minute. I'm going to end this for now because I got another segment we got to do in just a minute. Bye.